Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode on the Hermitcraft Season 7 server. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. I'm doing fantastic myself. First and foremost, hope you guys all had a great new year. I didn't really do much. I streamed, hung out with some family members, went bowling, had a good time. But on today's episode of Hermitcraft, we are going to be making some new stuff in the base. We're going to be making a new shop. We got a lot to do, so we better go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. All right, I hope all of you are having a great day. So before we get into the episode, I have a few announcements to make. First and foremost, the iJevin plushie, which is the same company that is doing all of Docs and, you know, most of the hermits, is back on sale. It'll be on sale for the next 11 days. I had them pause the campaign when I had all this stuff with my life going on, so you have 11 days to get the plushie before it's gone for forever. So you can check out the link for that in the description, as well as one of my New Year's resolutions was to make some other channels on YouTube and actually stay consistent with them. And I know you're thinking like, that's not gonna happen. I've made like 6 modded channels. Well, guess what? I made another one. So I have made 2 new channels in the description below. One is just a upload channel for Twitch VODs, which are video on demand. Basically, you can watch all of the live streams that I do on that channel. That's you know, that one's linked, but the big one is the modded channel. I can't decide on a pack yet. There will be content on that channel within the next day or two. And I know that I kind of deserve some flack for making so many modded channels and, you know, things like that, but I don't want to give up on that idea just yet, because, you know, I feel as though I can be consistent. Sometimes life gets in the way of things and it sucks, but anyways, you know, I hope you subscribe to those channels and check out the content on there. So before we get into doing any projects, I'm going to work on the big hole here. I'm going to extend that down just a little bit, probably 5 to 6 blocks. Our first project that we're going to be working on today is a super smelter. So I want to build up the infrastructure of the middle of the base and then put the storage system on top of it. And I feel like that's going to be the best way to handle that. So check out the links below and go ahead and enjoy these little time lapses so we can get into making our smelter, guys. Okay, so I've been doing work around the base. I've got the outside corners dug out, and I'm going to be working on the patterns for those soon. I actually really like the way that it kind of frames the center of the base. It looks really awesome. So I actually want to go ahead and get working on our smelter. Now, everything is going to be based around the center here. And what I was thinking is that we would probably have some sort of either a drop canal, like a water canal or something that will lead down. So let's just assume that, there we go. Is there a spider around here somewhere? I think he might be underneath the base. Let me check, because he's driving your boy crazy. All right, let's go sleep real fast. Anyways, so let's just assume that the entrance to the smelter is going to be where I just marked it. All right. There we go. By the way, I love the skies. The skies that I'm using is called Dramatic Skies. It's amazing. You can find links to that in the description. All right. So if we're under the assumption that entrance and exits are right here, then that makes our life pretty easy actually, because what we can do is we can split this into basically two different sides. I may even do it to where we could have two separate smelters and then have the return lines come up right here. I am gonna turn those guys off because they are obnoxious. Oh my god. So what we could possibly do is just make it to where like this one, and then on the same thing on the other side, like these will be the returns to where the items get floated up to us. I really like that idea. So if we know that this is the entrance, those are the exits, then we know that we can essentially put furnaces down the lines just like this to the side. I think if we were to get maybe 16, I don't know if we can fit 16 in there or not. 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. I think 12 will probably be pretty good. That'll give us like 48 furnaces, and that should be more than enough. I don't really see us smelting a ton of stuff besides like glass. So the only thing that we really need to figure out now is sort of a basic mock-up. Now, smelter technology hasn't, you know, changed any in like the last 3 years, so it's going to be pretty easy. Essentially, we're just going to use powered rails, and we will have a rail line to feed the furnaces. We'll have a rail line to feed the fuel, and then we'll have a collection system that leads to like a dispenser that shoots that into the bubble canals that go back up to the level of our floor. That should be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to cut real fast and kind of work on an idea, and I'll be back. All right, so I've got this really weird problem. It's kind of awkward, right? So say I want to put items into these feeders that we'll put into the hopper minecarts. If I were to put everything, let's do 10 to make it even. 10 goes in. So this method, everything is split evenly. Perfect. Everything's working fine. Now, do it like this. The system is so slow that an item goes in, an item goes out. So that means that everything is going into the first hopper rather than nothing into the second hopper. It's really bizarre. I'm gonna have to figure out a way around that. I was thinking maybe just trying to put everything into a hopper minecart right here or something. I'm not really sure how to figure that out yet. So this is the setup that we have so far. This right here is a very easy circuit that will put items into our water canals. So I just have a sign, we'll have water running in there, and then when any items go into that, it just shoots in there very quickly, makes it super friendly and easy to do. So basically I'll just connect both sides like this, and I'll probably honestly try to keep the hoppers out of the way a little bit. So we're probably just like something like that, I think. And just like that. So that'll be the way that we return the items up to the surface. But I've got to figure out a way around this nonsense of the slowness of the hoppers. It's not something that I really thought was ever going to happen to me, but I don't know. So how could we fix that? Because we need to split the items evenly, which means the items need to go into the chest immediately. So the only thing that I could think to do would be, okay, I have a better idea. It's a little bit of a more of a clunky idea, but let's remove all this, then run these hoppers to the surface. There we go. And then I'm simply just gonna put a double chest here. So whenever I need to smelt something, I'll just go, there we go. Everything should go into the system evenly. Seems like a much simpler solution for our problem. Yeah, that's working fine. Okay, so I just got to remember to put everything in there evenly, so like I'm not going to be able to just like click in there. So for the most part, this is all finished. I do want to do a little bit more redstone with the system because I don't want these hopper minecarts to just be running. So maybe I might put some more like a redstone control panel in or something like that to control both sides. Like maybe we could put some kind of comparator in, like right here, and then put a comparator in for the hopper minecart. I'm gonna have to mess with that a little bit more, but this is pretty much the system that I'm gonna go with. We just have to kind of button everything up at this point. Okay guys, it is time for our first test. I think this is gonna go pretty well. The smelter is pretty much finished. I checked over everything. Let's see what we got. So grab that. I'm gonna see if I have any, maybe some ores we could smelt. I know I have some iron ingots or iron ore, so let's check that out. Do I have a lot in here? 64, that's not enough. Do I have any, maybe lapis? What about gold ore? Okay, do those. They need to be able to stack. So I'll do one stack in each side pretty much. So to kind of explain what we got here, we've already kind of went over most of this. We have all the feeder systems and everything in place. Everything is kind of hooked up and ready to go. And then I wasn't sure how I wanted to handle turning the mine carts on. So basically I just set up just a redstone line to get it there. So you and you. So once these are empty, I'm gonna turn both of these on and we'll kind of go from there. I'm kind of curious to see how fast it's gonna go. So basically I'm assuming that each furnace should get 2. I'm gonna look at this just to make sure everything is looking good. Let's go down here and check. 32 and then 32. Okay, that's all good. See if I can hit both of these at the same time. I'm probably not going to be able to. You. Okay, so we're smelting and those mine carts should be distributing as they go across. That should be empty by now though. Yeah, it's empty. Okay, so our goal we got gold fountains, guys. That's awesome. Okay, so that actually went relatively quick. 2 stacks pretty fast. Let's get back up there. Okay, it's so hard to get here without having something to land on. All right, so 34, 65. Oops, okay, so yeah, it's definitely going pretty quick. We may want to figure out some sort of way to make this collect into something, but for the most part it's good to go. There's 4 missing somewhere. Did they fall off the edge or something? I don't see them. I have 60 and 64. Fascinating. Out there. Did I not put, I swear on everything I put 2 stacks in there. I could be losing my mind. I'm gonna go back and check the footage because there is some items missing somewhere. Oh, there's a hopper. That right there would be where the issue is. So I didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't my fault. I don't know how that hopper got there. Crazy hopper. Okay guys, well our furnace is actually works pretty well. I would still like to automate how we get the items in there a little bit better, but for the most part I'm pretty happy with how this is turned out. There we go. 63. And yeah, all right, so one thing that I've been wanting to make on the server for a while now is another mob drop shop. I think we're just going to expand the one that we have, maybe. I'm not sure yet. I do want to make another shop though, so there we go. If we wouldn't have had those errors. So the only thing that I think that's going to be a really big waste here is the coal. I would really like to move to kelp eventually, so that's going to be something in the future that we do. So just a quick cut real fast. I was going to make a new shop today, but my idea for making the shop is not going to work out the way I wanted it to, just some game mechanic issues. So I am going to do some more work around the base today and kind of get some improvements going. So I'm going to be doing another little bit of a time lapse, and then also we're going to do a new project when we come back. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that little bit of a time lapse. So just some things that I've taken care of around the base. So first off, I got all of the pathway detail finished. These detail blocks are seriously the hardest things ever to do. And it's not that it's like a super complicated pattern, but it's the fact that the patterns, all the blocks look exactly the same. And it's just like the hardest thing ever to like keep track of. I'm looking for my rockets, by the way. Aha, there we go. Okay, so next up, I added this green circle to the middle because I'm gonna put a storage system in there eventually, but I really thought the green detail was going to be nice. The next thing that we are going to be doing is in this spot somewhere, we need to put some elevators to get up and down. I was thinking probably opposite of those corners. So we've got soul sand. I should have magma blocks in here somewhere. If not, they're probably over here. They're here somewhere. I know they are. You can't hide from me. God, my storage systems are so bad, dude. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm assuming I would probably want to go like right here. So let's kind of split this up, right? So if this is the middle, we have like, I would probably want to put it like right here and right there. So we'll put some elevators in right there, and we have so much extra space down here. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it. So I'm kind of curious. Do you guys think we should put some more like fancy redstone work in down there or something like that? So I plan on using this setup. I like this. You can just walk right in there and shift up and down with that. So another thing that I think I'm gonna do is basically I want to put the storage system in the middle, so I need to find a way to cover that middle piece. That way we still have room to put a storage system in, but I also want to put glass in. So the storage system that we're going to be using probably just be a really old school manual type of storage, and then we'll put everything else down in bulk storage. That'll work out pretty well, I think. So what I think I'm going to do during this cut is try to figure out how big I want that initial circle to be. All right, well, I've covered this thing in glass. I put a bunch of lighting in the bottom and just kind of doubled up the rim. Now, for now this isn't obviously the final look of this even close to it, but I really, really like how it's turned out so far. From having that big bulky storage system to having something that looks so much better. I'm looking forward to actually building the storage system now. There's definitely some other things that I want to get going as well, like that kelp farm. Excited about the smelter. It's working out pretty well. So I am actually going to be upgrading my computer within the next 2 days. So there may be a day or two of downtime within the videos. I got a 3090. Oh yeah, baby. You know how hard it was to find that thing? I have been looking for a new graphics card for like ever. Anyways, guys, so that's gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great day. This is iJevin. Peace out, everybody.